By Jove, YouTube. It is Ben Barrett back again, and as you can probably tell from the logos on the screen, we're going to be talking about Mass Effect Andromeda. I am joined by the one and only Matt Purslow.
Hello there.
There he is. He's the lovely Asari to my hardened Turian. And we're going to be playing the first hour of Mass Effect Andromeda. Matt has already played it. I have seen nothing. I haven't even watched the prologue trailer they released. So, and I'm going to be making the decisions, Matt. That's the plan,
that's how we're going to go.
All right, let's kick this off. So this is the lovely start screen. Ooh, look at the planet. Ooh. And as you can see, we have a few save games already, but we are just going to go straight for a new game and see where we go from there. I guess we'll customize our character.
Right, okay.
Because, like, it's an RPG, Matt. God. Oh man, it's zooming in. So Matt, what have you thought so far? Given we can only talk about the first hour or so.
So far, it is incredibly Mass Effect. Honestly,
very Mass Effect.
Yeah,
indeed.
it's like I think when you assume that with the lessons that they've learned from things like Dragon Age Inquisition, I thought it might feel slightly different, as if it was a very new start for the series, and they're going to try out a lot of different new things. But it doesn't. From the moment I started, I was like, I'm back home. This is me back at university playing Mass Effect 2 again. It just felt very nostalgic, but in a way that's still very shiny and new. And I'm sure there's lots of things that I've yet to see. But I think starting out, it is very much to make previous Mass Effect players feel comfortable. Okay,
and I guess we'll see that as we go through. So I'm a default appearance kind of guy, and we will go with female rider because I intend to play male rider when I play the game as a whole. But also Friday Wolf's voice acting is incredibly good, who is the lady playing Sarah Ryder. So I guess we'll go to choose training, which I suppose is where we decide exactly how we want to play for the first little bit of the game. So what have you picked when you've played so far, Matt?
So I actually just clicked on a default male rider, which is the quick. I didn't even go through this. No, I was just desperate to dive in. I've got a lot to do with the game, man. I need to quickly get on. But yeah, this is my first time in this screen. So I mean, traditionally, I think
what have you played in the past?
I've normally gone for something like an operative. Yeah,
okay,
I've never been a biotics kind of guy. I prefer the slightly more technical, heavy.
Me neither. So let's go for biotic then.
Sure.
And we'll start chucking people around and doing things like that. Let's keep Sarah, because apparently
they can say your name,
they'll say your first name. They haven't gone full Fallout 4 with it, where they'll say a selection of names. But yeah, that's pretty much what they do. We'll leave Scott as he is as well. And then what is within history? Oh, so this is this bit. That we made a whole news post about
this. We did.
So I played Male Shepherd.
So did I.
Way back in the day. So let's choose Male Shepherd and see where that goes. We'll keep I guess, so is that so you can upload it and then you can give it to other people?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Okay, interesting. And yeah, I suppose the import option is if you have one that you want to use. Okay, confirm and start game then, I guess. What have you been playing on?
We'll go for normal again, because having played stuff like Hardcore and Insanity in the past, not for a Let's Play.
I think I won't be starting on Insanity when I play the full game. Yeah, go ahead. But I think I will play it on Hardcore probably when I start.
Okay. You've literally just come off the back of a Mass Effect 3.
I'm halfway through it on Insanity. Yeah. And actually, to be honest, it's gotten pretty easy now. Like now that I'm a bit upgraded, it's the start of the Mass Effect games that are super hard when you're starting on a difficulty. You see the lovely load icon.
I like that load icon.
See, I like it as well. It's very weird. Published by Electronic Arts, of course, who, as always, are our favourite publisher in the whole wide world.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think they're popular globally as well. I think that's
very
really
popular.
Impressive.
I believe they are definitely not the most hated company in America.
Certainly not. So one would assume that this is once again Earth.
Forward was achieved by those
who's doing this voiceover? Do you know?
To attain it.
Not a character that I've met as far. I think maybe just a narrator.
And I will mention at this point that if you want to watch all of this without our annoying narration, there is that video available to you as well on our channel with all of the voiceover taken out, so you can just enjoy the game, have a look at what it looks like and what it sounds like. Most important. We're away to Andromeda. That's what's happening here.
Yeah, so the Ark will come into view.
Whatever our reasons, we take the first steps.
Here we go. I like this.
For humanity.
Is it cool?
Today,
look.
We begin to make our dream.
It's not the Citadel.
Reality.
There we go.
Look at it not being a citadel.
I can already feel kind of like, you know, when you get that slight goosebumps kind of element, and it's just because it's so Mass Effect, and like I've got so many good memories of this series, and it means a lot to me. So already the music, it's obviously not the same music that we've heard before, but it's got that tone, it's got that visual style, all of the kind of artistic elements of it are coming together. I'm already kind of like, I can feel myself getting psyched up.
Of course, this whole intro bit here, this is actually all just a play on what you got. I don't know if it happened in ME3. I think it did. For both Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 had this like couple of paragraphs right at the start. It's nice to see they've kind of kept a theme for that. And there, of course, is Mass Effect Andromeda with its very weird A's.
Yes.
You can't just write some normal letters, can they?
I like it. They've top and tailed Andromeda with like their reflections, aren't they?
Oh yeah, you're rather than just using the same A each time. Right, so 634 years later. So at this point, the home galaxy will have been living for about 630 years with no relays.
Yep.
They were either blown up or assimilated, depending on your ending in Mass Effect 3. Spoilers. And of course, thankfully, we're several billion light years away at this point. It's very nice.
Yeah. I like the shooting style as well. They just capture that American sci-fi feel so well.
Yeah, and it feels like the kind of thing that can't really be done very much on TV and film because it's unbelievably expensive to make it in like that quality. But because, you know, it's a video game and that they've got access, you know, everyone expects it to have a certain art style and be CG.
Yeah.
You can kind of just do what you like and also, you know, they spent 5 years and probably billions of dollars making it. This will be us coming out then.
This will be.
Or Sarah, I suppose. Neither of us, sadly, are Sarah either.
No. I've got aspirations, of course.
I think we all want to be. In our hearts. Now, Hyperion Cryogenics, was that one of the companies from the original game?
It's not necessarily one that I recall, but almost certainly there will be.
Feel like a reference there.
Yeah.
There she is. Alright, hang on. Analyzing
Deep
lip
breaths.
sync.
You're gonna want to take it easy.
I've been taking it easy for 600 years.
Looks okay to me.
Yeah, I understand why people get a bit finicky about lip sync, but honestly, it just doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Can you make it somewhere tropical? Nice, warm ocean, summer year-round?
How about we get her a cup of coffee first?
Having now played both male and female, I think female Ryder has the slightly nicer face.
slightly less like she's been punched. Where's this going? No, I think I agree. Both of their faces look a little strange. I think it's to do with like because they have to put so much character into their faces.
Yeah.
They've kind of made them quite large. And their heads always look a little large to me.
So,
now, of course, this is the ship doctor, isn't
yes, this is obviously Natalie Dormer's character, which, considering I was just about to say that I think Sarah's got a slight Daenerys Targaryen look to her, especially with kind of like the really large blue eyes. Yeah,
so easy,
two Game of Thrones bits coming together. What are we going to say, Ben?
I mean, I'm all about easy being no fun, personally.
Okay. Yeah, you can see the tone choice as well. They've got little icons that come up in the head.
I see. Okay, so professional, casual, logical, emotional. Fair enough. Well, I mean, I'm not very professional at all. So.
I hope not. I signed up for a little adventure before we settle down.
Well, buckle up. Sounds like you'll get your wish.
So you said this was Natalie Dormer. Now you've got some opinions about the voice acting of Natalie Dormer, don't you?
I really like Natalie Dormer as an actress. I think she's great in Game of Thrones and various other kind of bits that I've seen her in. I'm not too fond of this voice acting. I think she's slightly stiff and wooden. I mean, what do you think, Ben?
I agree. She's not exceptional.
She's no Mordin.
Yes, well, yeah, it is sad.
Yes, Dr.
Now this is your AI, isn't it?
Yeah, this is Sam, who he quite clearly is Jarvis from the Avengers films.
Yeah, there he is, hanging around. So presumably now, these two are continuing the conversation, and the other one
is an exploratory
like an
sort
exploratory thing. All right, well, let's. I mean, I always click those first, so here we go.
I just need a second to get my bearings. What's this about my implant?
A routine check.
It's
After being in stasis,
dead.
we want to make
That's
sure
what.
the
That's what's
connection's
happened
still
to it.
live.
As the team's mission computer, your well-being is my primary concern.
Assuming the implants work as advertised, Sam sees what you see, in theory. We
Oh,
won't know
good.
for
There's a
sure until
robot
we
in our
get
head.
you in the field.
Yep.
How are you feeling?
Classic.
Otherwise?
How are we? Are we still feeling a bit chilly, or are we?
I mean, I've just come back from Boston in real life, and I don't think that cold is ever going to leave me. So still thawing for sure.
Okay.
I feel like a 600-year-old popsicle. I hope we packed more coffee.
Readings confirmed. Based on the levels of adenosine,
How have you found the dialogue so far in what you've played?
Yeah. I'd say overall it's retained that feeling of, and I think that the previous games are good quality, and I still feel that is flowing through.
There was something very. I always thought there were individual lines in Mass Effect that really stood out. It was like a good script, but then it had an exceptionally good
Moment.
few lines every now and then. Looks like we're in trouble here, Matt.
Yeah.
What we've done there is we've ran into a giant wall. Is no one flying this thing? Like,
Well, I'm guessing if it's been flying for 600 odd years, it's not got a pilot in the humankind sense.
oh, and now we have no gravity.
Yeah.
What's happening?
It's all going George Clooney and Sandra Bullock in here.
Matt, you've messed this up in a huge way. Come on now. It's a very pretty video,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's extraordinarily good looking. I mean, we should point out that we're running this on two 1080s in SLI. Yeah.
And we're still. I've seen a couple of frame rate drops. Now we've had some very weird stuff with performance, haven't we?
We have.
The first time we've run the game, it's sometimes been a little dodgy, but then it's gotten a lot better afterwards.
Yeah. I was a bit worried to start off with, but
I think it's probably fine, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll have like more details on that
there'll be
when we can bring it to you. But yeah, we found so far the performance seems like it's all right most of the time.
I certainly from what I figured out, I think maybe BioWare have perhaps undersold kind of a bit on when they said about kind of 30 frames per second.
It looks like you're managing to hit more than that. Most of the
Certainly
time.
this is, and I know this is a super rig, but I say we'll have more when we can actually write a full tech review.
Oh, well, that's blown up. That's
Yep.
what's happened there.
Yep. Let's take a look.
Sarah,
Is my brother okay?
Yeah, our bro's in there, Ben.
Oh.
vitals are strong.
Poor
The
Scott.
revival procedure was interrupted.
Well,
Are you going to be emotional here?
no, I mean, brothers are nerds, so. What's
When
going
did he
on?
wake
Tell
up?
me. You're a doctor.
We don't want to rush it. Sam,
My connection to Scott's implant was suspended. However, his pulse, respiration, and brain activity are all normal.
to be
He's
on
fine.
the safe side,
He's
we'll
fine.
need to keep him in a low-level coma for a while. Then let his
great.
body
Apart from the
regain
coma, Ben.
consciousness naturally.
We were
He'll
going to
be
add a
fine.
co-op mode to this game,
Glad
but
to hear.
sadly,
Thanks,
the
Lexi. Keep
the
us
plot
updated.
just demanded that he be in a coma.
Ryder, I'll wait for you at the door whenever you're ready to go.
How do you want to handle this?
Do you want to have a chat to some other people, Ben? He's not chattable.
He's not travel at all.
No. We can look here.
Ooh, what's that?
It's another cryopod.
Still in stasis. Vitals look good.
So have you found, like, when you kind of wander around and you use things, is there a lot more of Sarah chatting to herself than
It
Shepard
feels
did,
like
for
she's
example?
got something to say about all of the core elements that are in a scene, which feels almost kind of adventure gamey to a degree. It's what I'd expect from Telltale to do, when you can just look at all the main things.
Yeah.
I like this wall. This wall reminds me of the wall from the start of
goodness me.
Aliens.
This
Yeah.
is a lot of things. So presumably, right, we're not going to go through all of
Yeah.
these because it'd take us hours. Presumably this tells you everything about
Yeah.
kind of why you're here and all the backstory stuff that they've explained a lot of that pre-game.
Very much
but,
so,
It's
yeah.
if you didn't watch every bloody trailer and
And every video that we made.
and the 912 like little bits of info they put out.
So yeah, so this obviously is the opening area, which I think this might be a bit of a callback to. Have you played KOTOR, Ben?
No, I haven't.
So the
But
opening
I have
of
seen the opening of KOTOR,
yeah,
yes.
feels very much like this. Even the doors are the same shape as the KOTOR
Yeah, that
doors.
is actually yeah. It's all a little bit Old Republic kind of oh wow, that's blowing up as well.
Yep.
Right, this ship got this far for 636 years.
We've gone
Ryder
through-
wakes up.
Yeah, and it appears that we've ended up struggling through like a space coral reef.
Goodness me. So is that alt thing, is that like the Mass Effect 3 thing where
Yeah.
it'll direct your look to
Yeah,
show you something important that's going on? I see.
On it.
Right there. So this is the scanner that obviously a lot has been made about.
Uh-huh.
This equipment is operating normally.
We've got to figure out
going
what's
on?
broken.
There's no indication of a fault in this component.
I see. It's probably the thing that blew up.
Relay 2C shows damage
Oh,
from a temperature
yeah.
spike.
Probably should have started on that side,
Yeah.
eh? Jeez.
I was trying to show it off, Ben.
Alright, fine. You're much better at this playing the game thing than I would be, I'll tell you that much. So presumably we now have to fix it. Okay, so as tutorials go, I mean, this isn't exactly action-packed.
No.
I presume we could have spent another hour alone in that previous room listening to every bit of dialogue and going through everything. And I'm sure some people definitely will have done. But it's it's reasonable. At least it isn't kind of a an actual tutorial. It is trying to tell you a little bit of story while it goes.
I think I assumed that it would be more action-heavy, but also the other thing is I get the impression that the tone of Andromeda, I'm sure there'll be plenty of action in it, but it's kind of more of an exploration-based story.
That's very much what they've gone for, and I feel like it's a lot more hopeful as well, particularly versus Mass Effect 3, which of course is
it's
an
a war story.
Incredibly depressing game.
Your dad'll see it that way.
Now, of course, yes. Well, your dad's around somewhere as well. Now, we didn't speak very much about Cora, who popped up at one point and was like, "Hello," and is now helping us along. How long did you stick about with Cora and Liam then?
Not a huge amount. As I say, I kind of wanted to get going. I've not started what I'm going to class as my core playthrough yet.
Actual game,
yeah, I just kind of wanted to get a feel for how the game was like performing and playing and stuff like that. But Cora seems a cool dude. I say a cool dude. She's a cool gal, is what I should be saying.
A cool dudette.
Yes.
A dudette. That'll be the big wall you ran into.
Yeah.
What's our position?
As I say, it's like coral in space, isn't it?
Oh, Dad's here.
Sam,
Hey, Dad.
we need eyes
Nice.
out
So apparently his
Attempting to adjust
looks
sensor
will
array.
change based on the looks that you choose. And obviously, we've gone.
Oh,
for defaults
really?
here. Yeah, but they automatically generate that.
Right. I bet that's
In
that's
like
a
reverse
system
way,
for
yeah.
some sort of scary, awful sort of
Somebody's
like
going to
monster
do
men.
something. Yeah. I expect that most of it comes down to like skin color and that sort of
Yeah,
thing, rather than specifics of how he looks. And
Yeah, there was what was the game that had that really odd system where you chose what your parents looked like before you could find
I
out?
can't remember, but
Was that like Grand Theft Auto's like
four?
character? Yeah, maybe, or GTA 5's Online. I think
Yeah,
is how you
possibly.
got your character there. That was weird.
Right, so either we're going to choose what's happening here, or we're going to let someone else choose. I mean, I'm not about letting other people choose.
Okay.
I'm Commander Shepard. I mean,
Father's got a
Pathfinder
point,
Rider.
though. Solid ground sounding pretty good right now.
Yeah, but
Pretty good. Isn't good enough.
Yes, sir.
You're getting
We're
bullied by
coming
your
through.
dad right now. Like, that's just not fair.
Maybe there's a long history of childhood issues here.
I can imagine.
Is that
Oh.
a golden world?
Yeah, so that's meant to be a really nice
That's
planet that we
Habitat
came here
7.
to say hello to.
New Earth.
Yeah,
If we're
Habitat
lucky.
7 is the best one that they were going to look for. And now what's happened to it is it's covered in
All
goo.
of our long-range scans told us it was in the green zone.
And have you played Mass Effect? No, sorry, not Mass Effect. Those XCOM games they made.
it doesn't
The
even
UFO
look
ones,
the same.
UFO.
The early
Aftermath?
ones, yeah.
No, the ones in like the mid 2000s with the goo
Oh,
that would start taking over the
yeah.
planet. That's exactly what's happened here.
Uh-huh. It also looks like it's kind of gone a little bit voxel, where it's like collapsed in. It almost looks like a
Yeah.
Minecraft
Yeah.
world.
Well, look, we can't give up. Look, I mean, I'm not emotional, but
Right.
we gotta
Okay.
keep
I don't
going.
know how bad it is yet. Still seems like it's our best shot.
I wasn't particularly emotional of you,
Maybe.
Sarah. That was
There's just
fairly
a lot on
reasonable,
the
to be
line.
honest. It seems like they've done a good job again of matching what you're picking to what they're saying without
Yeah.
just writing out the entire line of
Yeah,
dialogue.
I'm actually probably fonder of that system.
Oh, I way prefer it.
Yeah.
Massively prefer it to the Dragon Age
Obviously,
launch system.
it feels awful when like you pick one that you think you know what they're going to say and they say
Yeah.
something different, but I think that's just on them.
I've had that happen maybe like 5 times across all of Mass Effect.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And yeah, if you avoid it,
I think Telltale have more of a problem with it. Sometimes I click things in Telltale and like they say something that's not anywhere near what I expected they'd say, and then feel like I've just messed up because they've said the wrong thing.
All right.
yeah.
But yeah, BioWare seems to be much better at it.
Harper, the rest of the team should be awake by now. Have them spin up 2 shuttles. Planet Fallen 30.
So we're gonna go see what this planet is like. I'm guessing it's going to be bad.
A stubborn one, isn't he?
I mean, he's very clearly not a people person. Let's
No one ever said
be very
Dad was a
clear here.
diplomat. People skills were never his strong suit.
just call him a
Just
dick,
as long as he
Sarah.
knows what he's doing.
He's clearly a
It's not
dick.
like the cavalry's coming to save the day.
Has anyone told him that his son is
I
like
need
in a
an
forced
ETA on our
coma?
sensor repairs.
Yeah, they
anybody
should.
mentioned that?
You know, they might be might be
Maybe
at the
that's
top of
why
his
he's
priorities.
Not in a particularly good mood. Right. I'm sure we can still live there. This game seems like it's going to be very short at this point. Land on the planet. Oh,
Yeah.
it's fine.
I mean, of course it'll be fine. Like you've been living on Earth, Ben, for 20 plus years, and
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess
it's
it's
pretty
not like-
bad,
Yeah, it's pretty bad,
but we're getting on all right.
We're fine with it.
talk about video games all day, every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry. I'm sure Scott will
We've
pull
come up with
through.
fantastic haircuts like Cora. That's the kind of
Some great
advancements we're
haircuts in
making.
this game.
So,
Really good
let's get out
haircuts.
there and find him one.
Alright, time to go
You'll
find
wanna
a
get your
planet.
helmet.
Now, presumably all this stuff popping up on the left is in the codex.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that as fully featured as one would expect?
Well, it's the Mass Effect Codex.
Okay, it's a
It's
little,
the Hitchhiker's Guide
it's
to
a
the
little
Mass Effect
redesigned.
universe.
Everything you
Yeah.
could possibly want to know about an entirely different place. So presumably that's something that unlocks later.
Yeah,
Lost skills.
But yeah, and like certain elements of the of this are voiced, I think, and certain elements aren't.
Oh wow, I was assuming it would be stuff like this would be voiced. But
Yeah,
I
you
guess
think
not.
so? Maybe it's just things that correlate to the actual central plot.
And it is the same lad doing the voice acting on that one who did it before, and I've always been a massive fan of his voice acting. So, all right, let's grab our stuff.
Let's get some
The passenger is now
guns.
requiring sidearms. I've opened the armaments locker.
We expecting trouble, Sam?
A precaution. Please arm yourself, Ryder.
All right, grab the weapons.
Better safe than
Predator.
sorry.
So presumably, did you get a different weapon from that when you were playing a different type of character?
No, I got a Predator as well.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think maybe because it's just looking for sidearms at the moment, it just flings you out like, here is the standard issue Andromeda Initiative gun.
Yeah.
How could things change like that?
All right, let's see what Cora has to say.
Want to talk to Cora? We can talk to Cora.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice seamless transition, isn't it?
Oh, that is nice. Oh, that means I'm gonna like be trying to min-max where I'm standing though to get like the most cinematic shot. We can handle it.
Yeah,
We've got this. Me and you
I figured it's a
together,
chance to
Matt.
show everyone what we can
So I
Together
think
forever.
go out there and earn our stripes.
that's some
You're Alec's
Cora.
daughter, all right.
I think it's probably important to note that the conversations obviously don't always work like this. I saw someone, and I think it was on Reddit, complaining about the fact that because Dragon Age Inquisition does this,
Right.
and it feels a bit more MMO-y.
Yeah, a little bit.
Don't worry, I think it's only kind of non-essential conversations that use this
Well,
camera
yeah, like the
system.
conversations we were in earlier
Yeah.
were a classic Mass Effect system.
Yeah.
Let's not get eaten. I agree with that.
I'd prefer to eat lunch, not
So yeah, I
lunch.
think it's a nice balance between, I think, predominantly cinematic styled conversations with that single camera style swapping from shoulder to shoulder and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And these, I think they're really nice, the transition there, just for, keeping
I've
it
seen my share of
part of the feel of being in the overworld, I guess.
Agreed. All right, so we're done there, and now we're just
Yeah.
gonna just
In the
head down
hangar?
to this planet.
Dr. Carlyle. With everything going on, I think the Ark needs you more than we do.
Pathfinder wants a medic.
Don't have to be a dick. Everyone's been awake for about 20 minutes.
They're cranky, man. They've not
Yes,
had
alright,
breakfast.
that's fair enough. This definitely could be rough. I mean, I agree with that. I'm not being very nice to people, am I?
No.
I'm complaining about everyone else being a dick, and I'm like...
Are you renegade, Ben?
Although I was usually a renegade that didn't treat people like trash when I could get away with it.
Okay.
But you kind of had to keep people treat people like trash in Mass Effect 2, or you didn't get enough points.
Sir, we broke out the weapons as requested. Anything we should know about?
Seem prudent, given the
It's a
situation.
nice classic N7 armor design that he's wearing there.
Does look rather good.
I heard what happened. Your brother's strong. He'll make it.
Oh, he does know. That's good.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, yeah, he better. Like, kick his
Better.
ass if he dies,
600
etc.
year nap and he oversleeps.
You know him. Never was an early riser.
So is most of this dialogue
Still
pretty much the
ready to
same
get to you.
when you're not
I
playing
need you sharp.
as Sarah?
Yeah, yeah. I'm not entirely sure,
proud.
kind of like BioWare have ever gone in for making a massive change depending on what gender you are.
Yeah, obviously Dragon Age Origins.
Yeah, for class, race, and stuff like that
Yeah.
had a huge
I
change.
chose each of you for the Pathfinder team, not just because you're.
I wonder if the
talented
woman
and
that I don't
passionate,
recognise from Squad
because
Mate videos is
you're
going to
dreamers,
die.
Like me.
She,
Dream of
she should be. Well, I mean, she's not red shirt, but that
Red
looks
hair.
like red hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They,
discovering what
I'm
lies
sorry,
beyond.
lady. We should have spoken to her when we had the chance.
People look back on this, and they will. They'll remember.
He's a
we
little bit
didn't give
Shepherd,
up.
isn't he?
Yeah.
He's definitely a little
Quite
bit Shepherd.
shepherd. He's like, you know how kind of like you've got old man Logan in terms of Wolverine getting old. This is old man Shepherd.
Yeah, just a different.
Bearded.
Chance to
I wonder if originally they had it as
So, let's go make history.
Shepherd, like in this sort of role, and then obviously, I mean, it would have been quite early in development.
Yeah.
That kind of thing changed.
Uh-huh.
600 years for this.
Lovely Liam.
Yeah. I love his hair. Again, just another great hair.
So haircuts, like 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I like the eyes as well.
We're sitting about an 8 at the moment.
Yeah, I think so.
I have noticed some drops while we've been playing.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, so this is review code.
Yes.
Like, this is pre-release. There could be a day zero patch to come. I'm sure they're absolutely bricking it in terms of
when
working
do you
on that
not
stuff.
get a
exactly.
day one release?
And it is running okay, but
Yeah.
I definitely would hope that some optimization improvements might be on the way. This is a pretty video game.
Yeah.
Matt.
Oh, this is
There's
lovely.
also that.
It's really nice just to look around.
Dark energy.
And the thing it does as well is, so I've always found that space tends to look a bit flat in video games, especially that some of the previous Mass Effect games, more so
Well,
1 and
back
2.
then it was just the texture, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it
just
was
like a flat
skybox
backdrop.
texture.
Yeah, whereas it looks deep now, really deep. Quite like this bit, Ben. It gets a bit exciting now.
It's been building up slowly. You know, there's stuff going on, explosions happening, but I think you do need to just throw some action in here now.
Yeah, it's not quite the opening of Mass Effect 2, is it?
The opening of Mass Effect 2 was so just like, oh, okay. Or, I mean, ME3 as well.
Yeah.
ME3 at least gives you a little bit of talking before that, but... Do any children die early in this game, Matt?
I mean...
And then haunt you for the rest of it, and then show up at the end as a alien thing?
Certainly not so far.
Okay, alright. Less child death, that's always good.
There we
I
go.
suppose.
Broken through the Atmo.
Oh, look at that.
I think that transition's lovely.
That's really nice.
Copy that. Doesn't look like a golden world from here.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I take it back. Maybe we can't live here.
It's like, you know, when they land on LV in Alien, and it's just like, oh, good God, this place is...
This isn't somewhere you want to be, is it? I don't know. You can make a nice hut on the top of... Oh, that's floating.
What happens if they drop, Ben? What happens if they drop on your house?
Well, just making you... I don't know. I
Short
feel like these guys
gravitational
are giving up way too easily.
Has anyone seen us?
I guess this will be first contact, as it were. So I think the lady I predicted dying is on that other shuttle. And,
Yeah, it just seems to be...
That is some Star Trek. I've experienced turbulence. Oh, no. Oh, he's fine. Oh. Oh, nobody's fine.
And here we go.
Oh, this is all very Dead Space 2.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Your jump jet is malfunctioning.
This reminds me a bit of Iron Man 1 when he's falling from the sky.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, you fixed it. There you go. Welcome to Andromeda, I suppose. Well, she's having a real bad day. I feel like they're deliberately making the riders less competent than Shepard. Shepard always felt like a bit of a superhero when it came to... He knew how to do everything and he was a really well-trained soldier. Whereas the riders have felt a little... I don't know...
A little greener.
Yeah, and like a little... Kind of in a funny way, in an interesting way. Not like in a, oh, these characters are stupid, or, you know, why aren't they acting logical way. Just in like a... If a normal human being was thrown into this situation.
Like, I think they've got the knowledge and they've got the skills that they need to be able to explore new planets.
Practically exploited it yet. Yeah, whereas Shepard was like a very kind of long time.
Yeah, he was a great soldier to begin with, wasn't he? And that's the pure reason why he got accepted into the program, was that he was so good.
Whereas these guys, I mean, you know, they have to be competent to get into Andromeda Initiative, but they're not N7s, etc.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we aren't too.
I mean, I'm not that worried about survivors, so we'll go with the other one.
Okay.
Did we really do that?
My tone is going to just be all over the place. I get the feeling they won't have tested for my incredible idiocy.
Yeah. No way this is home.
Oh, come on. Look, there's plants. If there's plants...
Weird tentacle plants, Ben.
Yeah, they'd probably give nice hugs. Come on. So presumably we now start exploring this planet, and this is kind of the first.
Yeah. So welcome to Habitat 1.
Yeah. Habitat 7.
Sorry, Habitat 7. Yeah.
Habitat 1. I don't remember anything about Habitat 1.
Well, Crazy just found us. Those rocks out there are floating.
You don't say.
Oh, cheers, Liam. We hadn't noticed that. So
this massive sheet of granite that's just.
Is the water here even water?
So I assume you can scan all this stuff then.
No fixing this. Must
No,
have broken on
blow it up.
impact.
Explains why we lost our sample.
Interesting. Alright, well, this all looks fairly linear to begin with.
Hey, look, we're in Morrowind.
Oh, and safety tip? Don't
The-
breathe the air.
Been on the
Found that
phone
out
to
the hard way.
Bethesda.
Got it.
Yeah, okay, I guess if the air is toxic and the rocks are floating and the plants are
Yeah,
tentacles...
this isn't home, is it?
I mean,
That energy
well...
cloud we saw could cause all this.
Sam said it's dark energy, but that's in space.
Okay.
Yeah, hell of a cloud.
A cloud that makes boulders float.
They're stuck on this kind of floating rocks thing.
Yeah.
Come
It's
on,
very pretty, isn't
we gotta
it?
get through
It is incredibly pretty.
This is crazy.
Welcome
We
to
should probably
Habitat
try and
7.
sprint through this bit.
Run, Matt!
Keep moving.
Ah!
Damn it.
Not super convinced by old Liam right there.
Is this
How's
for
he
real?
doing?
How's he doing? He's okay.
He's alright,
What
we're
the
here.
hell's going on with this place?
Well done, Liam. I'm proud of you.
Planet's trying to murder us.
You can try. How's your gun? Might want to see if it's working. Take a shot at that fuel cell. It's busted anyway.
Just blow up that explosive thing. Just go on, get rid of that.
There! We get up that cliff, we find high ground. Come on!
Not
It's
sure
all
we
so
wanna be
simple.
the tallest thing around here.
You just need to, you know,
I
run
think I
up
can
the
see a
thing.
path up. We'll use the jump jets if we have to.
Ah, I
Into
see.
the breach.
Think I'd rather fall
So there's
than
kind
get
of
hit by
mantling as well as...
Yeah.
Jumping, right.
Yeah, yeah. So when you come over to these kind of areas, you've got that control prompt.
Okay, but then if you want to, you can use your jump jets to
Yeah,
get up something
so we're
like
going to do
this.
it here.
How'd my dad find you?
I was a cop. Then crisis response.
I think that
Yeah?
you go higher the
Can you open
longer
a
you
beer
push
sometime?
it from
This is going to be close.
what I could tell of the
Yeah, so
the
if I
multiplayer
just
that I
tap
played on
it,
the weekend. Yeah, you
like
just
it'll
don't
go
as
up if
high.
I hold it. There
It
we
goes
go.
up to whatever
Yeah.
the ledge you're aiming for.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That gives a lot of like that makes the level design just it'll be way more complicated.
Yeah, the other thing is
ever
as well,
was.
if I just hold it but pull out my gun.
Yeah, you do this floating thing.
Yeah.
So when I was playing the multiplayer, I was doing quite a lot of that just because it was kind of the most interesting new thing that was in there.
Sure.
Versus Mass Effect 3. And this was the multiplayer at the weekend. I was at PAX and they had some demo booths. We'll have more on that soon as well.
Thanks.
For those of you who are more into the multiplayer action side of things.
What the hell is that?
I mean, that's just the start of Mass Effect 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got the Inception noise. We've got a big spire of light. Oh, mystery to solve. Absolutely.
Don't know, but it's our job to figure it out.
Oh, I like
That
Ryder.
sounds like your old
You
man
like
talk.
you
I
already
like my Ryder.
you got a bit of a soft
That's right.
spot already.
I'm into
Something
it.
went
That's
wrong
good.
here. We have to find out what.
One thing at a time.
Liam's a bit less enthusiastic for working stuff out than we are.
Wait,
Push him over.
Yep. Get down! Look!
There are other solutions to your problems.
Bad
Sam.
guys!
Oh. Oh. I haven't seen his face.
Holy shit.
They're in trouble though.
Contact protocol again?
no deadly force unless fired upon.
Yeah. Said no one in the field ever. How do we handle it?
Right.
Yeah. Making internet
Okay,
jokes.
we're not following protocol. Fuck that.
Alright, okay.
Expect the worst.
Just be ready if this goes south.
It usually does.
How many alien races have you met in the Andromeda Galaxy, Liam?
They haven't spotted
Right.
us yet.
How do you want me to approach these guys? Do you want me to kind of try and sneak up on them?
Well, alright, let's play a little bit stealthy then, I guess.
We can't understand you. Give us our
Okay, I
man,
think
or
they've
this
spotted
gets
us.
ugly.
Go, son!
Just, yeah, shoot
There we
in the
go.
face, mate. That's
Oh,
you.
he's jumping around.
That's you initiated war on another galaxy there, Matt.
Well, I mean, my friend's
least they've
over
got
there
heads
with
to
a
shoot,
broken
but-
leg.
I mean, they were aiming guns at us, admittedly. Wow. Stab him.
There we go.
Nice. Showed him one.
Okay, it's over.
Fisher, you okay? I'll live. I thought I was a goner. I knew they weren't a friendly sort.
We didn't try.
It's starting to look ugly there.
You don't like lying then, Ben. You're a renegade that doesn't lie.
I mean, I lie when it's necessary, but I think everybody saw us shooting them.
Not letting that happen for anyone.
I mean, we are the aliens here. I would be mad at us too.
Or they'd understand us. It's a new galaxy. I guess it's too much to expect they'll play by Milky Way rules.
Or any rules by the look of them. But what did we do to them? Only thing I know
Crashed
they can't
ships
seem
onto
to
their
resolve
planet.
themselves.
Ran through their lightning fields. Probably disturbed some of their tentacle plants.
Gone.
Is everybody dead?
Kirkland and Greer went looking for help.
It's not looking good, is it?
It isn't looking good, dude.
Oh, his legs messed up, man.
I think it's broken. You guys push ahead and
Look, aren't you meant to be like a soldier? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Hop.
Just find us a ride out of here.
No?
I think it's a bit difficult to like aim down sights when you're just hopping around.
True.
Whoa.
Although you'd hope he'd have like a jump jet that he could kind of use to hover around with.
Yeah. Guess we can give them the old scan. So presumably there is not a peaceful way through that
Here, but I can try to make sense of it.
that resolution.
No,
Yeah.
no. If you just try and sneak up on them and sort of like get close, they just well, they've got very big guns, haven't they?
I like this. Like, it's very kind of you are in a different galaxy. Everything is like different.
Yeah.
You know, the aliens you can't even tell what they're saying. Your translation stuff doesn't work. You can't tell what they're made of with your scanner. You know.
Yeah, we're entirely in the unknown now. Absolutely.
Which I think is important, particularly. Like something important with it is to make sure that people know it is not the same game.
Yeah, and I think even that's like the opening is quite a familiar art style, but now this planet is not like anything that we've ever seen in Mass Effect really before.
Yeah. What were the those items you picked up, Matt?
They were like mods, I believe, that we can. Let's see if we can pick them up. Where's my inventory? Which one of these is?
Oh, they're not enabled it yet.
Maybe not.
Could be the reason. All right,
Yeah,
fine. Well,
maybe you have to be
we'll
familiar.
find out a bit.
Yeah, there was something like a shield capacitor.
Yeah. So is that stuff that just are they like potions? Or are they
Yeah,
like,
they're consumables.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw consumable pop up on the screen. Give me some items, nice and early. What? That is one big alien building, Matt.
It's huge, isn't it? Absolutely colossal.
Some scale. Oh. Oh yeah. Well, this is the other thing, of course, that they changed how the cover system worked and made it so you just kind of move up to stuff.
Yeah.
Have you had any problems with that so far?
I kind of like having the confirmation of going into cover by clicking something or pressing a button. So at the moment, I'm finding it slightly fiddly.
It's a bit weird to move between the two, right?
Yeah. I mean, I've always been a fan of things like Deus Ex's cover system, which is very distinct. Like, I mean, even that changes the camera that you use.
Yeah. Yeah, I quite like it when it's distinct as well.
Take them out!
Right behind you.
Shoot him in the head, Matt. There you go.
Right, he's gone.
I'm sure it's safe to hide behind these giant blue objects.
Yeah, I mean, what happens if the metal's toxic?
Yeah.
It just starts burning through my spacesuit.
I feel like they haven't like kind of planned very well for this mission.
I count one left to go.
Enemies seem fairly spongy, but I mean, I suppose we're using the most basic gun.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're hitting headshots, it's not like they go down in one hit though. Like, and I think that's consistent with the other games.
Very much
unless
so.
you're
Yeah.
using a sniper rifle or something else heavy.
Yeah, we've not got Black Widow yet, certainly.
Perhaps soon.
Whoa! Did I just blow his head off?
Good, mate.
Can't believe
Has
we're
the
doing this.
bean?
Yeah, they had it in
dismembered
Mass
us?
Effect 3. I completely
Was it?
forgot about it as well. In ME3, they completely made it, like, they made everything way, way better in that regard. Alright, where's this Kirkland chap, then? I'm sorry, I'll let you pick up all your items
Yeah.
first.
Okay, get some graphite. That might be useful later. I mean, at least we know that
I
this
don't think
planet has
either of us are planning
graphite.
to play this save past this video, but yeah, it's a fair point.
Kirkland, not to be
he
confused
doesn't
with our staff member Kirk McKean.
Yeah. Significantly more dead than Kirk McKean.
No vital signs. Just shot him in cold blood.
He was trying to surrender. Why
If it was Kirk McKean,
Would we treat them any different if they showed up on Earth?
that'd be a real shame. I can
You
imagine
say that
Kirk,
with such conviction.
I can just imagine Kirk attacking an alien race, though. Giving them the big hit with his spiked baseball bat. Right, well, that's a shame
There
for
we go.
Kirkland. I suppose that was just to show, yes, they are the enemy. You're
Definitely.
not just being a dick. even if we, were being a dick. Oh wow! Oh yeah, take that stuff.
This is really something.
There we go. Got the old classic Avenger assault rifle back. Ooh, hello.
It's a big thing.
It's a big thing with like matrixy like bits.
So obviously we are playing this on PC with a mouse and keyboard.
Yes.
It seems, given like some of the button prompts and like how much stuff it's planning on making us press, it definitely seems like it's been designed with the idea of having 4 face buttons and 2 triggers and so on. Yeah. But I suppose you'll be able to rebind all that stuff, bind it to mouse buttons and that sort of thing.
Yeah, certainly. I think as much as nobody's going to enjoy me admitting this, I played all the previous Mass Effects on console, mainly because Mass Effect 1 originally, I believe, was an Xbox exclusive.
It was Xbox exclusive for like at least a couple of months.
Yeah, and that's how I got into it.
I didn't play that until it was on PC.
Yeah, so I played Mass Effect from launch, basically. And I have a feeling that I'll probably opt to play this on my big 4K TV via a streaming solution, I think.
Could be our people.
Or I might just plug direct in. It's probably actually best, I think, for frame rate that I might just plug a PC straight into the TV.
Right.
But yeah, I think I'd like to play this kind of like from a sofa with a pad, I think.
It's already given you like reasonable number of things to do here.
Yeah,
like a branching path and
it feels more freeform than any previous Mass Effect. It's just kind of like, hey, you're on this planet. Yeah, it's more of an area environment than it is an open world.
That's what that is. Now, Rich mentioned these during his playthrough.
Well, these doggy things.
Yeah, actually, he was being attacked by invisible dogs. That's a proper dog. That is.
It is.
That's a big lad.
Since you've been playing Mass Effect 3 very recently, Ben, you'll be able to tell me, is the Avengers reload animation different now?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Before, it was they still used the thing from Mass Effect 1 where you'd smash the side of it.
Yeah.
Which I quite liked, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that definitely is different. I suppose that's just more proof, again, that they haven't really taken anything from the previous games. Like, no animations or models or things.
No.
I'm sure, like, some amount of assets probably were they probably based models on Asari models and human models that they had from previous games, because you wouldn't want to remake all of that.
No, but they're new, yeah.
Yeah, it does seem like everything's pretty new there. What's over to your right, Matt? Ooh, it's an objective. We should head over there.
I imagine if we follow this path round. I mean, we are a pathfinder, so that's what we're...
We found the path. 10 out of 10. Well done.
What's this? Can we scan this? No.
Nothing to scan.
Nothing.
Is there a way to tell when you don't have your scanner up what's scannable? Like, does the game generally tell you, or have you just kind of got to guess at it?
I think some things tend to have like an E over them to suggest that they're interactable. So you could go over and say, "Oh, look, this is an item. Perhaps I could scan it."
Right, I see. Okay. I think you do need that kind of thing, because you don't want to run around with your scanner up the whole time.
No. Especially since kind of like it slows you down slightly.
Yeah.
Not as slow as other games I've played with scanners, like Batman's detective mode.
Batman's like, you're not allowed to move anymore.
Doesn't look like a home at all.
This looks like a spaceship. Looks like a crashed spaceship to me.
Yeah, no one's living here.
So what's it for?
Doesn't look like the other structures we've seen. Different design.
No relevant data.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of relevant data on this planet, really.
No, it's just going to all be... Okay, so this is kind of a searching around thing that doesn't use the scanning mode, as it were.
Got a thermal clip, though, for a sniper rifle, should we ever find one of those.
Seems like there's a lot of RPG bits.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of here's some stuff, here's some stuff, here's some stuff.
I think overall the flavour of the game is still very much Mass Effect 2 or 3, but I don't know quite how much will be in it, because obviously people miss the more RPG-heavy elements of Mass Effect 1.
Yeah, I think 3 hit a good spot, and I know that the ability system out of this is similar to that. But you just kind of have more selection of what your rider can do as well. I think it's going to blow up.
I'm going to get out of the way. What are you doing?
Liam, mate, you might want to... turn the lights on.
It's a generator.
Yeah, sure. Why wouldn't it be?
Personally, I make all my light switches sound like, bombs, so it's fair enough.
Same language as those aliens.
That doesn't sound good.
No. We need a babelfish, Ben.
We do need a babelfish. But will that even work? Oh, you set the alarm off. Matt.
Well, that's what you always do, isn't it? You always set the alarm off, and that brings enemies to you.
Yes, that helps them find you and make sure that... Oh, it looks like... Oh, right, so that's how you know, is it pops up in the bottom left.
Yeah, you've got that little G that...
You're going to scan it, Matt? Come on. Don't leave the people
Alien
waiting.
device. Scan complete.
Oh.
Function unknown.
Well, I tried. Function unknown? Yeah, okay.
I mean, it shouldn't be function unknown because we figured out what it does, but... We don't have time to update the CMS of our scanner.
Sadly not. I guess partly that's because Sam isn't online, as they were saying earlier. You don't have contact with the old AI yet.
Yeah,
Soon.
well, I don't like having people jabber on in my brain.
What are all the voices, man? Are you not a fan of the voices?
No, not a fan of the voices at all.
Oh dear.
I tried to like purge them.
Oh, okay, so this is the... Right, I was wondering if we just kind of came in here, turned the lights on, and now we were going to leave.
So we've got this container. What's in? Classification circuit. Value high.
I see. A bunch of stuff to sell.
Yeah.
I see.
Like, I mean,
You can tell what those are.
Yeah. I'm a Pathfinder, so I'd assume that, like, you take them back to the ship and give them back because it's your job.
Yeah, plug them into things.
But no, we're just going to sell
mate,
them.
Don't you? So... We could really do with a translator right now. I think that's what we should pathfind as soon as possible.
Absolutely.
Alright, so there's a lot of items that are just sell these for money rather than just giving you money. Don't know how I feel about that. I guess it makes it less generic.
Ooh, what the hell is this?
A robot thing. Does it have a crit spot? You found it at the end though.
So now killer robots too?
The Get Back Home would love this place.
I mean, that's a fair point, Liam. It's a light.
Yeah. Oh, where are you going?
He's
Little
just
bunny
having a wee
hop over.
He's just like, I'm going over here now.
Yes, this is good. This is fun.
Alright, I guess we found the robot. And
yeah.
That was the... Oh wait, maybe there's more things we could scan.
His wounds look like they're from an energy blast.
I guess he was killed by the robot.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
Me and Ryder worked that one out at the same time. I think I would do quite well over in the Andromeda galaxy.
Centuries old.
Like an automated god, maybe?
Alright, so I'm guessing, and you know, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you've been keeping up at least somewhat with the way the game has been advertised so far. That'll be our first look at the Remnant, who are the kind of Reaper-ish enemies in this game. Well, I don't know if enemies is even the right word, but yeah, the progenitors, as it were.
Right. I had no idea about that, Ben.
Well, spoilers, man.
Yeah, there we go.
Spoilers.
Underground. Something these aliens are interested in.
Like archaeologists?
Yeah. Bloodthirsty archaeologists.
Very, very angry archaeologists. Would it be interesting if you had just, you know, these guys aren't actually aggressive. They're just, you know, paranoid a little bit about these weird aliens with their soft faces.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, you know, do you mind not attacking us? And we're like, no, we're just going to take you out. And they're archaeologists. Poets. Artists. And here we are, running around on their spaceships.
Yeah, I think we've seen everything this place has got to offer now, haven't we?
That would seem to be the case.
Where did we come from?
We found the little robot friend. Unless this door opens. It doesn't, Matt.
No.
You baited us all. I think it's back into the... I think you want to go right here. I believe in you, Matt. There you go. It's a fun jetpack.
Yeah, I like it.
Flying, eh?
It's more of a jump pack than a jetpack. I expected it to be kind of like when you saw it in kind of like, remember the first reveal of it that was like from a leaked trailer. I sort of assumed there might be more kind of like of a tribesy sort of element to it, but it's not. But I actually like it because it's just a bit jumpy. It feels kind of like a tactical tool more than it does kind of like a gimmick.
What dogs? So I felt in the multiplayer that I played at PAX East that it felt like there was more enemies that were less spongy.
Right.
And I feel like that's the case here. Like,
there's still definitely a bit of sponge to them.
yeah, they're a little bit spongy, but not as spongy as enemies were in the past, and also like they create difficulty and interest by having more enemies rather than you know, making particular ones particularly challenging. I'm sure there are, you know, particularly tough giant robots and other bits, but yeah.
There'll be like the you remember the mech guys? Of course you remember the mech guys.
Everyone remembers the mech guys.
It sounds like there's more combat going on than there is.
Yeah, I think it's just because of all the lightning.
Yeah.
Right, well, let's go over to... Well, yeah, I guess that...
Keep working our way to this waypoint after we got distracted by the house of the little robot man.
we attacked this robot's house. We went in there, turned his lights on for some reason, and then killed him.
Yep.
And left.
Oh yeah,
it's
he was
not
only
really
asking
any wonder,
for it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was just like, hello. He was just going to give us a big hug.
Ooh.
And then...
It's great. They got him.
Sounds like he's down that way.
Down this tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Small baddos.
Gonna get into a bit of cover.
Hang on, Greer, we've got
He's messing people up with those grenades.
Yeah.
Box them in, Liam.
Say the kill zone.
I'm surprised it hasn't been like...
They're not getting out
Oh,
of this.
bit of toxicity there.
Wow. Punch that guy to death.
Yeah, the melee feels a little bit more quick and instant because if I remember rightly, in 3 was it more of a kind of like miniature cutscene when you did it?
So there was the light attack and the heavy attack, but the light attack didn't do very much damage, whereas this light attack seems to be doing quite a lot of damage.
The Fisher's alive back at the crash site.
He's got a broken leg. Needs help. I'll check around for supplies. Then head back.
Stay put when you get there. We'll look for my dad's shuttle.
Good luck.
Okay, so we're looking for the other shuttle right now
Yeah.
as well. I suppose that's the main goal. We should be throwing some more people around, Matt, I've just realised. With our biotic powers.
Well, we can try that out in our next combat scenario,
counter, as it were.
Yeah.
I mean, for a prologue mission, this is fairly more in depth than what was it called than Eden Prime?
Yes.
than the corridor planet.
Well, even though this is kind of got its own slight corridor element to it, with
there's a lot more,
paths,
you know.
There's branching.
Yeah, it's like a branching corridor, and like I don't mind. It's annoying when it's obvious, and I think part of the reason this game doesn't have a minimap, and part of the reason a lot of games have stopped having a minimap, is like the FF13 problem, where I don't think FF13 would get half as many complaints if it hadn't had that mini-map that just showed you that you were in these like endless corridors. And yeah, you know, you can tell that this is like, okay, here's a little circle bit, and then there's 2 branches coming off that. If you really think about it, but while you're just playing it, it's like not as big a deal, or watching.
Well, you become immersed, don't you?
Yeah,
it becomes.
And a lot of that comes down to making sure there's varied visual design and that you're hiding, you know, the how the cookie's made, as it were.
Yes. Ooh, what's this? What's this?
Spooky door. That's what that is. Oh, Jesus.
Looks like a whole patrol.
Yeah, he's alright.
I need to find some cover.
There's this thing. You are nearly dead, man. Right, killed him.
Push them back.
Yeah, we definitely should have been throwing more people around, is what I'm learning. Got him. Got them. Alright, Matt, you acquitted yourself quite there. Well,
there we go.
I think. Managed to survive that.
Yeah, not dying on a stream is.
You're doing quite well. Doing quite well indeed. What? Alright, where next?
Well, all signs point this way, don't they?
Alright then, let's head up that way. Now I'm sure, like, you know, we are kind of moving through this at a reasonable pace. I feel like you could have spent like 3 hours up to this point.
Oh
like,
gosh,
talking to everybody. That's good to hear.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for the purposes of YouTube videos, we want to show off as much as possible. But yeah, I have a feeling like I'd have spent like at least double the length of time.
Oh yeah, I'm a total completionist, so I would have been exploring everywhere and checking every nook and cranny and scanning everything before realizing, oh look, there's that thing that tells me when I need to do that.
It's kind of really nice coming into this because I've been playing another game on the Sony PlayStation Entertainment System, which also has for the players, Ben. that also has a really, really lovely natural world, and just being there, like, is enjoyable in itself. And I have a feeling I might get a bit out of that in Mass Effect as well. That just being here and seeing the way that BioWare have designed like rock faces is weirdly appealing.
I feel like, so it has had an extended development, and why exactly that is, I'm sure we'll find out in various post-mortems over the next couple of years. But when that happens, what it means is that you can put a lot of detail into places like this, I feel. And yeah, that's something you can see if you just pay attention and the kind of games you play and what happens when you're playing with them.
Ooh. That's
I think you might want to get your gun out again.
Yeah.
Not dead yet.
Nearly.
Yeah. So that seems to like home in, but
yeah. So
not
like maybe
in.
if you fired it off to the left, maybe it could zoom around the cover. Because obviously a lot of those abilities will be totally useless, much like they could be in the first games, if you're not, you know, able to use them over cover.
Oh, we've leveled up then. We've leveled up.
2.
Right.
All right, let's level up. Let's do it.
So your squad has leveled up. Upgrade Riders' combat abilities by purchasing combat tech or biotic skills.
Well, all right, let's get some biotic skills. Let's keep going down that route, as it's definitely not the one I'll be doing.
Yeah, so we've got throw, haven't we? Because we've got 1 point in that, but there's a chance to do pull.
I mean, one of them's called Shockwave, let's be honest. And that was always the coolest one. That was the one
oh, it was, yeah,
it was the one that
it?
Jack had. And she would just destroy people with it. Right, so presumably you just double-click on that and it gives you a point in it.
Yeah. Is there anything new here that you recognise? I mean, we're both not big biotic boys, so.
Lance is new, I think, and I think Backlash is the shield you can generate for yourself. That like absorbs it, and then I think you can push it back. So
right, okay,
it pushes it back as damage as well when you get shot. And then these ones at the bottom are all passives.
Yeah.
So not quite as interesting there.
Let's go in for Shockwave.
Yeah. Oh, and Nova is new as well, I believe.
And then so
this is exactly the Mass Effect 3 system, where you get two picks after the first few ranks.
Yeah, and it's kind of like they're all fairly kind of buffs as opposed to changing fundamentally the way that the skill works.
Yeah, it seems like those things kind of will vary as they go. All right, let's. Yeah. So
do you want to put another 2 points into?
Yeah, we're going to shockwave some people. That's the plan. All right then.
Okay. Then if we go back, confirm those skills. But we've also obviously got Liam. Yeah. So he's got 2 points as well. So that frag grenade seems to be going
some real damage. It
is doing some real damage, but he's got Havoc Strike as well, which is a leap and stab.
Okay, so also this primes them.
Yes.
And then we can probably trigger this.
Yes.
With our throw or with shockwave. So let's give him a point of that. All right, thank you. And then give him a point of, I don't know, what are the 2 passives?
Military training for weapon damage and force, and or defense for shields.
So what they've done here is they've actually, so in Mass Effect 3, this would be one ability where you would choose whether it gave you shields or whether it gave you health or damage. And it meant if you picked the wrong one, you ended up with very, very, light squad mates. Let's give him damage because we're on normal.
And he seems to be surviving fine, doesn't he?
Okay, and these have splits as well.
Yes,
okay, that's cool. Yeah, so originally what this would be is it'd be one ability that when it's split, you then started making choices as to whether you wanted survivability or damage. And obviously, I think this is definitely way better. All right, sweet.
Yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with this progression system.
And of course, as we've said in other videos, it take about 1.5 times through the game to unlock everything, but you can use everything. So. Okay, now it's teaching us something that we did manage to realise by ourselves. Thankfully.
I think this is probably the edge of the map, isn't it?
That looks like you're going to fall to your death. Yeah. All right, let's get some stuff.
Oh, no, not in there.
What I do like about the system is it'll let me kind of play as I like as far as... Oh, wow.
Get a charger.
New weapon, yes. Big fan of that. And I suppose now we will head on
out.
Into
the wastes.
Get to cover. Go, go.
Oh, it's some baddies. All right, let's take these guys out.
Oh, okay.
Let's sort these men out. And
they got balls to try and airdrop.
See how our new abilities match up.
2. There we go. Didn't get anyone.
Didn't work at all.
Lightning zapped their shuttle.
That was nice. I knew it couldn't all be bad. So now, of course, we see the thing where, you know, I want to see a combo detonation and all the rest of it, but because you can't use allied powers when you like, you don't really have the choice there. But at least I guess you can, you know, you can spam abilities a lot more.
You're shitting me.
Oh dear, what's that? No.
Grenades, Matt. I think you're fine.
Oh, he's got a shield there, hasn't he? He's a bit heavy.
He's a large lad, that one.
Just trying to...
I think using throw to get people out of cover seems like a fairly good idea.
Yeah.
And that does not have the same range on it that you would like.
There's too many of them. Just
We're
keep
getting there.
firing.
We're getting there.
Oh no, here's this lad.
Oh, okay, well that works on shields, so that's good.
Man, these guys know how to fight.
It'd be good if Liam would throw a few more grenades, to be honest.
Yeah, that a bit of explosive damage.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Bowled him over.
Okay. Alright, he's dead. He's dead. Alright. I think they maybe were dealing with the invisible dogs while we've been shooting
maybe,
the enemies, so,
yeah.
I mean, fair enough. Perhaps I'm the dick here. Wow, you nailed that guy. He's away. You were taking a lot of damage then.
Oh, there we go.
And you've
failed the mission, Ben. I failed it.
And we're going to stop there.
Okay, that's sensible.
Due to your failure.
Sorry, Ben.
And not because we're coming up on roughly the hour mark, which is how long of this we want to show you. So, that is Mass Effect Andromeda. That's the first hour. We're going to have an insane amount of content on this game going forward over the next week or so, as we're getting to play it, heading into the review, which will be coming out just before the game does, I believe. We'll also have some stuff about multiplayer soon enough, and we'll bring you all the usual stuff that you can expect on the website, and plenty more videos as well. Matt, how is the game so far?
I like it a lot.
You like it a lot?
Yeah, I think it's going to be... It's what Mass Effect people want. Obviously, the story is the big part, isn't it? We've not seen so much, but I think combat-wise and exploration, I am enjoying it a lot.
It looks like most of the changes kind of really work. And, of course, Matt is not doing our full review. That'll be coming from Mr. Kirk McKean, who did not die earlier in this playthrough. So, yes, you'll see that on the site soon enough. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like, subscribe, comment. Let us know, if there's anything else you want to see, because we can now just bring you stuff. So if there's stuff you definitely really, really want to see, then let us know. And as mentioned, if you want to see all this without us chattering over it, then do just go and check the YouTube channel. And thanks very much for watching.